Well, today, actually a few hours ago, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula, aka Papa Waroma, just ruled that KenyaKwanza is the largest coalition in Parliament. This means that Kimani Ichung'wah steps in as leader of majority, whereas Opiyo Wandayi takes in as leader of minority in Parliament. So for me, I'm bothered, and every sane Kenyan should be bothered, because this sets bad precedents, that is, because it what it does for me, it amplifies stereotypes that we are a people that do not respect the rule of law. It amplifies that we are people that do not respect contracts and binding agreements, because it's evening and there are mosquitoes out here because I came up the hill. And it's also, because Azimio coalition had an agreement, and the ORPP, I think, wrote a letter in effect to this. In their coalition, no individual parties would leave until after 3 months from elections, that is. But when these three parties, the UDMs, the PACs, have the audacity to leave before the time elapses, and they go to the other side and are still indispensable, it means in working systems, by-elections should be called, because they're walking away from what took them to Parliament. And I'm sure a party like UDM say they were really voted on the basis of the coalition. Without that, they wouldn't have made it. So I'm bothered with the Speaker's ruling, for me, because the opposition is weakened, and I'm worried, because who then checks on the government? But then I'm also consoled and happy, because we know that this is a praying government, no pun intended, and that without when you look at a keen reflection on KenyaKwanza's manifesto, they meant well for the local Kenyan in their bottom-up model, and as hustlers, you and I are going to be the chief beneficiaries of their government. So at this moment, we can only hope that let KenyaKwanza deliver at least half of their promises, because they're going to have their say in Parliament. They're going to have their way and say. So let's hope that their way and say aligns with the way and say of the common man, and with the interest of Wanjiku, Anyango, and Mulwa. So for me, I think we're going to be in for interesting times. I want to see how debates go in Parliament and who becomes who. I think Made has come. Let me go open the gate. So you guys have a good day, but let's introspect